guys, welcome to the third episode of Smile Please You Are Married podcast. Guys, you have been giving me wonderful feedback and comments, and this makes me so happy. And I want to thank you all that in already two episodes you have showed so much love and support. And I'm sure this journey would be more amazing because you guys are incredible. So, a round of applause for you all. And now, coming to today's topic. This podcast gets even more exciting with a lot of new topics coming in, a lot of things to share, my personal story, our marriage story, and I'm so happy that it connects with you as well. So today I'm going to talk about, does opposite attract and sustain a happy married life? Well, to know more about this topic, you need to know me in detail first. So hi, this is Ruchi Hirani, mother to this amazing daughter, wife to superhuman. A lot foodie, a little crazy, but a strong believer. Choreographer turned homemaker, turned author, and now a couple clarity coach. And now to begin with, something about myself. Since childhood, I had always been actively participating in all kind of extracurricular activities, be it elocution competition, speech competition, inter-school, intra-school, debate competition, skit competition, giving introduction speeches, anchoring school level shows. In fact, even dancing throughout the city. I have also danced in Sarfarosh, in Boogie Woogie, in a few ads. So, because of all this behavior on all these extracurricular activities, I have always been surrounded with people, be it critics or be it the people who loved me. But there were always people around me. Bunch of those were motivating me. Bunch of them were telling me to improve myself. Because of this, I never remembered being alone at any point of time in my life. So even if I wanted to go out and grab a snack, I always had company. And because of that nature, I turned out to be very confident and very extrovert. And that hit my mind somewhere, that because I was an extrovert, I would be very happy with the man who is extrovert as well. Then we both will be having fun, then we both could go out and like minded people, so we both could do whatever we like together and avoid that we dislike. So with that thought process, I entered into few relationship in the initial years of my teenage or adult age, which failed terribly, so I would not even talk about that. But my third relationship was this guy who was extremely extrovert just like me, and I thought that okay, he is the man of my life and he will be the person whom I'll be marrying with. And later on, like in some years, or maybe I don't remember the exact duration, but we started entering into a lot of conflicts and differences because we were alike. We both were alphas. We wanted to take decisions. We both wanted to take decisions, and nobody wanted to agree on each other's decisions. In spite of being in a romantic relationship where it needed passion and intimacy, it became a relationship with a lot of competition and conflicts, that we always wanted there was a constant tug of war, thinking that I will decide where to go, I will decide what to eat, I will choose the menu, I will choose the location. So there was a lot of differences, which again made me thinking that is it the right thing? I mean, is relationship with an extrovert a right thing for me? And I started talking to many friends. I started knowing how introverts are, how extroverts are, what is a beta male, what is a alpha male. And I heard that introverts are not very happening people, and I was like, okay, I had set my biases that I am never going to get in a relationship with an introvert. And then my family started looking boys for me, and because I was having biases in my mind that what kind of man I should choose, a extrovert or an introvert or what, I literally took 2 years of time in seeing and not selecting boys. I had seen almost about 50 boys, and I don't remember liking any one of them because I was not clear in my head that what is the exact requirement of my life. And there I remember meeting Jeet on Sunday morning. I nicely remember the meeting. It was a 2-hour meeting, and I clearly remember it start to end. We went to MACD. He was sitting in the right corner. I approached, we started talking, and about 1 hour 15 minutes in the conversation, he just suddenly told me that he is an introvert, and I was taken aback completely. I did not understand for that moment that what am I supposed to do. This guy who is talking to me since an hour now tells me everything, understands me so well, accepts what I'm telling, accepts me the way I am, is giving response that I want to hear, is just fitting so well like a jigsaw puzzle. How can this guy be introvert? And if he is introvert, how will I deal with this introversy after my marriage? And I was so shocked. I actually was confused of not deciding to marry him. I was taken aback, and but then there was something in the heart that just people say, right, that when it's right. You just know it, and that is what happened. We got married because the heart connected, the soul and mind connected, but there was a doubt, a fear that I had carried with me after marriage as well. So let me welcome the introvert guy to this podcast, and actually sitting right next to me, but I'm still introducing him because I wanted him to just listen to my part of story and then add his part of story. So hi Jeet, welcome to the episode of Smile Please, You Are Married.
Hi Ruchi.
So how are you been doing?
Fine. So how your fears are doing?
So my fears are working well. So okay, I'll be very honest with you. I was afraid a bit in the beginning that I will not be able to deal with you because I had a lot of biases, but it turned out to be pretty okay. I mean, I will not say that it was very amazing, but it turned out to be pretty okay.
So what were the biases, the negative things about introvert, and how you cope up with it?
So when I spoke to a lot of friends, people know me, right? So they used to approach me saying that introvert guys are very quiet. They will not speak much about anything. In fact, they will not speak much about their feelings. They will not speak much about themselves, what the emotions are going in their head. So see, you have to agree, ours was a arranged marriage setup. So if I am marrying a guy who is not talking about his feelings, emotions and his past, how will I figure out that this guy is a 50 Shades of Hirani or a real genuine guy? I mean, I am just completely walking into a black wall. What if it turns out to be bad? So obviously for being a girl, it is obvious for me to be afraid. And plus I was pretty extrovert, and I have heard that in Indian society generally the girls have to do all the compromises. The girls have to change to adjust into the new environment, and I was so tensed that I will have to literally shed off the extroversy that I have. See, it's not being extrovert, but it's being that liveliness that I have in me. I will have to literally shed that thing off, which it just made me think hell out of it. So yes, I was afraid. I had a lot of kind of presumptions in my mind, but I think because our relationship is such strongly based, we are pretty aware of each other's insights, what we expect from each other. Not even if you don't know my past or I don't know yours, but we know our future, we know our present, and that is much required, and that is enough for giving me that strength to be with each other. And that is the reason the journey was it was smoother than what I thought.
So I would like you to recollect one fine evening which we had with my friends. It was a Diwali dinner.
Which one? The courtship period Diwali day, or after
the courtship period Diwali dinner?
Right. So I am little gajni over that memory thing. So guys, I'll tell you one secret before I answer the question. In our relationship, all the anniversary dates, all the birthdays, all the important dates is supposed to be remembered by Jeet. I mean, वो girls' job होता है to remember the calendar thing, but for me, I am total gajni and he remembers it all. So this is a little secret that I'm sharing with you guys.
It's a powerful secret and any introvert guy can have. Past relationship में मेरे को लोगे तो सब dates मैं याद रखूँगा.
Yes, so he remembers that he's my calendar and I can't remember any of it. Yeah,
So not like Dil Chahta Hai Subodh calendar,
okay, I
a
don't.
genuine date wala calendar.
Yeah, if for those Dil Chahta Hai lovers, you might understand this reference. Otherwise, go and watch Dil Chahta Hai. We guys are okay. This is another secret. We guys are hardcore movie fans. I mean, we have watched all Imtiaz Bawri. Okay, this is another episode altogether. Why do we keep mixing so many topics? Okay, guys, we will talk about our likes, our passions, our hobbies in the next episode. That is my promise. So now let's get back to the Diwali dinner.
So do you remember anything about that evening which we spent together with the entire?
Yeah, I remember highlights of that thing. So I remember how people were amazed. I don't know his name. Again, I'm very Gajni remembering names, but that guy actually took me to the side and told me, "This is not the Jeet we know. He is totally different. In fact, you will not know. I have not shared this with you. When there was this ritual where all the in-laws, people, extended family come and meet the new bahu. Do you know that? That time also there were 2-3. I don't know who are they in relationship, but 2-3 relative of yours who came and told me that you have changed Jeet completely. You have totally taken our Jeet into your side, and all that comments were coming in, which was surprising to me because I have not seen the real introvert Jeet. I don't feel that thing at all.
So I will just share some part of the thing from my side, and this is the real introvert thing. So I keep the things reserved to me. In the past, I have tried multiple times to share what I think, to share what I feel, but I found little interest that people are taking into me, and I was getting hurt by it.
Okay.
Somebody is not able to understand me or relate with my thoughts, so I stopped doing that. The real friends of mine also don't know me. What
Okay.
am I? And the same thing they feel and they realize when we met together at that Diwali dinner. I was smiling. I was happy, joyous, interacting with all, introducing you to my friends, and they were a lot. They were most of them were shocked that ऐसा कभी behavior देखा नहीं है, जीत का इतना बोलता नहीं है, and I never used to communicate much. And
But what is that reason of being mum? I mean, how can one not have the urge to go and talk? I mean, for me, if you tell me, I can do the entire podcast all alone. I can talk for hours. It's just there to communicate. That's a basic social need of any person. How can you control that urge of not talking?
So I see to it that it's okay to be not noticed rather than to be judged wrongly. Because
Okay.
I don't present myself properly. I feel so. मतलब जो रहता है दिल में वो बोल देता हूँ, जो रहता है दिमाग में मैं बोल देता हूँ ज़्यादा कुछ फिल्टर लगाए हुए. And
So you don't honeycoat the words.
I don't honeycoat the words. I give a damn what other people are thinking about me. So I guess that's the difference. कभी कभी लगता है कि कुछ बोल दूंगा, वो लोग दिमाग में कुछ और सोच लेंगे और बाहर कुछ और फैलाएंगे, उससे अच्छा बोलो ही मत. पूछे तो बोलो.
So are you like afraid or scared or worried about what चार लोग कहेंगे?
No, I'm not worried about what चार लोग कहेंगे, but I don't feel to communicate or keep my point where it is not required.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
और 10 जन ऑलरेडी बोलने के लिए है तो 11वां क्यों चाहिए? वो 10 में ही
निपट लो.
निपट लो.
अच्छा.
And yeah, if my presence is required in some of the matters where I have expertise, so then yeah, I raise my voice, I keep a point. But otherwise, मतलब आग में घी डालने वाला काम मैं नहीं करता.
Okay, so whatever we talk, it's not आग में घी डालने वाला काम. कुछ भी. I mean, we talkative people can talk about anything. I can also talk about a mosquito who died very unnatural death. So it's
Yeah,
about,
but I prefer to
हाँ, so
talk
it's not
about.
always घी डालने वाला
I
काम.
agree. But I always feel to communicate to talk about the ideas rather than talking about any situation or talking about some people. So I like to be selective with my words.
Okay. But then this nature of yours was not very easy to crack after marriage. You should know that, right?
Yeah, during the marriage also, in the sense, during this arranged marriage setup, it took me 4 years, I guess, to find you.
4 years.
Yeah.
Why?
And-
I mean, you were pretty clear when I met you. I mean,
I was
you
pretty
had
clear.
your thoughts.
Yeah, I was pretty clear about the expectation and what I want in life. How I am an introvert, I was wanting to marry an extrovert because I didn't wanted to limit my life. Because I believe that I should have a world of mine, my better half should have a world of hers, and we together
Should have a
third world, right? तो मेरे कुछ ऐसे ख्याल थे, and as you said, many girls were not okay with my kind of personality of introvert, and I was pretty much clear with the communication
But
in the
why
first
did you
second
think
meeting.
about marrying an introvert? Weren't you like afraid of marrying an extrovert like I was?
Uh,
Well, अब suddenly एक opposite personality handle करना is not like a cakewalk, no?
yeah, but I know myself in the sense कि भाई मैं introvert हूँ, मेरा कैसा sad life है, I know it very well. Even if I want to dance or hip hop, I cannot dance, I cannot hip hop, right? So yeah, so I wanted to get out of that particular zone in my life, and I thought कि भाई extrovert रहेगा, and if the partner is understanding, sometime I can just switch off my introvert and go to the extrovert. So if I'm having an extrovert wife, then only I would have an option.
हाँ,
वरना अगर introvert है तो वही साइकिल के गाने चलते रहेंगे.
So now we know your perspective, you know my perspective, but do you know that after marriage it was difficult for me to get along with you, not in terms of communication, but there were times where you wanted to be in your space, you wanted to be alone. I mean, मैंने देखा है that people want a company and you wanted
Yeah.
loneliness.
Yeah, I wanted my loneliness. I loved the solitude time. जब भी मुझे रिफ्रेश होना है, right, over a messy week of work, when I wanted to rejuvenate or refresh, I prefer to be alone rather than with you.
Yeah, but that was creating a mess in my life.
Yeah, I came to know that later, but yeah, you are always energetic, you are always bubbly, and you are always on top of the world, and to match that energy after a tireful week, it was like even more stressing.
Don't say that on the podcast. I even can't abuse you. Okay, you guys can't see, but I can hit him at least. Okay, you did not hear that, guys. So I was not stressful. I mean, new marriage, man. I thought like, see, that kind of drama is there, no? That oh, it's a weekend, we are dancing. I think that is there in the feeling already, and you were not in that. In fact, during the weekdays also, when I used to cook for you, I used to make something for you, or maybe I used to do something for you. You were not very expressive in your emotions. You never used to speak whether did you like it or not like it. I had to take all that effort to see your body language, to see what your expressions are, to see how you're reacting through your facial expressions. And see, that for some time is good. Maybe all the time it is good, but for some days when I am tired or when I am in my lows, and if you want me to do all this drama or do an extra effort, it gets pretty annoying. And I used to get furious, and that was the one reason that we used to fight in the early days of marriage.
One recommendation to all introvert people: by appreciate karo.
Don't fake it, okay? Guys, no, he is lying. You never faked it.
But
Hello?
I never faked it, but
You
see,
never told me if you.
I see to it कि भाई हाँ ठीक है, you are a house maker, खाना बना लिया, क्या बड़ा बात किया, खाना तो बनाना चाहिए.
Dude, I never cooked in my life before marriage. I never used to even
Yeah, but
roll a chapati. I never even made a tea. Bloody, I
So,
made
but after-
everything for you.
So after few weeks, I did realize that I was making a big time mistake, and
Of
I started.
course. I mean, homemaker is the like. I was working, I was having 2 businesses, and I shut it all out just to be a homemaker, so that I can feed you well, I can keep the house well, I can make people happy around me, and you are telling me it's not a big deal and something like that. Oh
Yeah, the
my
moment you
God.
try, I guess the moment you made some different kind of cuisines which our family didn't had usually had in home, then I started appreciating it, right? So it was a bit
Okay,
off the
no.
menu from my mom. So I started realizing it. भाई हाँ ठीक है ऐसा भी खाना घर पे पहली बार खाया है, and then I started
Right.
doing the
And
right
okay,
things.
no, wait. So for this also, guys, I actually had to put my finger in his mouth के बोल कैसा लगा बोल ऐसा टोचन दे के I had to ask, and trust me, he was like हाँ अच्छा बना है. That straight reaction. So guys, it is okay. Are we sounding like that we are fighting over it? But we are not. This is fun conversation that introvert and extrovert is having. So obviously you will come to know the insights that what we discuss in our actual real life. Also, this is how we behave all the time. So
But yeah, you introvert guys do appreciate whatever it is.
yeah,
Do
you
appreciate.
better appreciate, because women are doing a lot, and girls you need to appreciate as well, because men are doing a lot for you as well. Trust me, you should know what it takes a man to be whatever he is right now. So appreciate your man, appreciate your woman, and appreciate the relationship that you have been blessed with. You have been blessed with a lifetime partnership, a lifetime companion for eternity. So yes, good one.
Was this appreciation because of the podcast, or I can expect it daily?
Shut up. I do appreciate you. My audience know,
She
my
does.
Insta family knows I appreciate every moment you do for me, everything you do for me. So I love you a lot. You know that.
Thank you. I love you too.
You see how introverts react. Did you catch that moment? When you speak I love you, introverts will reply thank you. And they forget that they need to reply for a I love you too. See, that's the difference, guys. Introvert versus extrovert. This episode is going to be a real talk without any filters. Alrighty, guys. Moving on to the next very important topic that I want to know. That being an extrovert, I had a big friend circle, which had boys, which had girls, and I used to talk with a lot of them. So, wasn't your male ego getting hurt or getting in between?
मैं उधर तक ले ही नहीं जाता था, but I accepted the realities of mine. Being an introvert, I am very much workaholic. एक तो introvert हूँ तो पहले से reserved हूँ. Then I am workaholic for my entrepreneurial journey, for my company. And then I take care of my particular parents also, who are aging, and especially my dad was a cancer patient, so I was having my attention towards them also. And then I was coming to you. I saw your side also. Being an extrovert, you were totally joyous person. You need to communicate with people. You are people oriented person. अगर बंदे नहीं रहेंगे आजू बाजू, you would मतलब आप मुरझा जाओगे. I was aware of that part too. You may be having a void of people connect, right? And it's okay if you hang around, if you are in a call with some of your friends, even if it's daily, because it gives me a time, a space that you are less frustrated towards me. You getting my point?
Right.
So I saw it that there's no point in the sense restricting your partner's life.
Right.
So it's basically upon the trust. I understand that it's hard to trust initially, but I would suggest give it a try. Rather than पूरा आप trust नहीं करोगे and you would be on with all your detective gears towards your partner, your life will be miserable.
Very true. And see, once your partner shows trust in you, you should be most honest. Guys, this is for you. if you're listening to this very carefully and you are very sincere because you have been here with us till now, it means, it shows that you guys are sincerely wanting your relationship to get sorted. So this is a kind of bonus advice for you guys. If you want your relationship to succeed to a level, you both need to show utmost honesty with each other, and you will have to keep trust on each other. Have faith in your relationship, have faith in each other, and things will get sorted. So that's my bonus tip for the day.
So trust is the important factor over here. Trust first, then comes the honesty, and in between you need to give some freedom also.
Right, right, right. So I think freedom with a sort of interdependency works well.
Yeah, in the sense you freedom ऐसा चीज है देना नहीं चाहिए, वो होना चाहिए रिलेशनशिप में.
Oh,
Right.
very nice, very nicely put.
So the woman shouldn't seek freedom. मतलब ऐसा सिचुएशन होना ही नहीं चाहिए कि वुमेन को मैन से फ्रीडम सीख करना है या मैन को वुमेन से फ्रीडम सीख करना है. टॉक इट अराउंड एंड फिगर आउट एन एनवायरनमेंट where each other have the freedom to express and to emote.
That's a nice point. Now, the last question for the day is, I always wanted to ask you this thing, that being an extrovert, I was very, very expressive in talking about my feelings. Be it emotions, be it intimacy, be it anything, even something I did not like. I can easily walk up to you and say that, listen, Jeet, I really don't like this, or I would prefer not doing this again, or something like that. Or maybe I would walk up to you and give you a tight hug and tell you that I love you so much. I was very, very expressive. And in the same time, I wanted you to express all your emotions equally well to me. I know that you love me, but talking about it matters. Telling me that you love me matters. It kind of reconfirms again and again and again and again that yes, that he loves me and he is there for me. Because see, it's an arranged marriage setup. We've just begun our love story, and that time all these affirmations work a lot in building a strong relationship, which was very, very missing in the initial months of relationship. I had to actually teach you, or maybe I actually had to tell you to express yourself out. Why did you always restrict your feelings? See, you just told to our in our podcast that you had no relationship whatsoever before marriage. So when you got that relationship of your life after marriage, why weren't you expressive? What made you stop expressing your feelings? यहाँ तो you don't have to think about चार लोग, यहाँ तो you didn't have to think about getting misunderstood. You just had to express. Why did you do that? I'm not telling now, but before.
Firstly, I never felt off in this sense. It was my mistake. I totally agree upon that, and I did realize it a bit later, not too late, but I guess after a couple of months, I realized it that it has to be communicated, it has to be said, and yeah, that makes the relationship, that makes the marriage strong. But initially, I was not of that thought process. सिचुएशन सब नॉर्मल हो जाए उसके बाद फिर ओपन हार्टेडली आई वुड से रुचि ईच डे दैट आई लव यू एंड एट दैट टाइम आई वाज नॉट एबल टू टेक केयर ऑफ यू आई वाज नॉट एबल टू communicate well with you. You were so sensible enough to read between the lines and understand me and support me, but I was in that particular dilemma कि यार बोल के क्या करूँ, मतलब हालात ही इतने अच्छे नहीं हैं, कितना बोलूँगा मैं तुझसे प्यार करता हूँ, चीज़ें सब ठीक बराबर हो जाएगा. एंड आई वॉज फीलिंग लाइक अ बर्डन कि मैं सिर्फ बोल रहा हूँ, ऑन रियलिटी कुछ हो नहीं रहा है. सो दैट वॉज द थिंग. आई वॉज हैविंग इन माई माइंड कि भाई एक बार सब चीज़ बराबर हो जाए उसके बाद फिर मैं बोलना चालू करूँगा. सो दैट वॉज on my mind, but after some time I realized that having an understandable partner, I could have spoken, I could have expressed my feeling of love with you, and the support which I got from you at that crucial time.
That's so nice of you.
So another tip for introvert guy: communicate.
Yes, He is right. See, guys, I know we all know that you love your lady a lot, but go and tell her that you love her. Do crazy shit for her. I mean, who wouldn't want that? His guy or his man brings a rose to her. I mean, isn't it beautiful? We never have done expensive things for each other. Do you remember doing unnecessary spending habits? We don't have that, right? But what we prefer is like Sunday we suddenly wake up early, we go on a drive and see sunrise together, or maybe someday after office he brings my favorite snack for me. The small things that keeps your life alive, that keeps the spice alive, and that makes you fall for each other is what needs to make a strong relationship even more strong. So for you all guys and girls out there, surprise your partner, keep loving, keep showing that you love through some or the other gestures. So this is the tip number 2. Isn't this podcast a super interesting episode? I mean, you guys are totally going to love it, but before you guys love it, we both are having a gala time making this podcast for you guys. Coming to the end of the episode, we will just finally wrap up with one big question. Does opposite attract and stay connected for a happy married life? What do you think, Jeet?
So I totally agree that opposite attracts, and if you work towards your relationship, it can be a lot more successful. As you introvert or extrovert or any opposite personalities you have, you individually you are at level 1, but together you can be at level 5, because the void which I have, Ruchi fills it up, and the void which Ruchi has, I fill it up. Right? So you can have a interdependent relationship if the relationship has the blend of two personalities. And I guess you are also working out some kind of personality assessment tool for your clients, right?
Yes.
Where you have done the research and you have came to know that there are total 9 type of different enneagram personalities, and no similar kind of personalities are a good match for each other.
Very true, because even I did all this research and I came up with a personality assessment tool just now, like 6 months back, but life had already taught me the lesson that me being an extrovert was not going good with the extrovert boy in my life. So that time also I could have picked up the sign, but I was very wrong of not picking up. I was late in doing that. But yes guys, I have an amazing personality assessment tool for knowing how beautifully opposite attracts and stays together for creating a happy marriage. So here is Ruchi Hirani, mother to this amazing daughter, wife to superhuman, saying bye. Stay in love, stay happy, because happily ever after does exist and we will make it possible together. So keep listening to my podcast. Follow me on Instagram. I am on Instagram at Ruchi07. Follow my Facebook page. There are lots and lots of updates going on around my social media profile, and I will be coming up with the next episode on next Friday. Share this podcast with all your friends and family, and let me know in the comments below how do you find our conversation and what more you want to listen from us. We will be coming right with the next episode every Friday for you guys. Bye bye. Have a great weekend, have a great week ahead, and keep falling in love with your partner over and over again. Bye bye.